Alrighty, boys and girls, we are finding ourselves today at Ottumwa Country Club, is how I'm going to say it, and I'll probably only say it once. But, new course here, GSPRO, I think out in late December, if I remember correctly. And we're starting off with a decent little drive right down the middle center on a par 4, 340 yards or so. Alright, leaving 107 in. Let's see what this does. Good distance control just left of the pin and just outside the birdie circle, but that's going to be a par. Hole number 2, par 3, 157. Starts at that's a toey miss for sure. Didn't have the ball speed and was super toe if I was looking at it like that. Oh, a good kick gets me in the circle for a par, however. And we're even through 2, going to the 3rd hole, our first par 5 of the day. That out of bounds is calling my name. And so I try and pull it left, hit it spinny and short. The tree knocks it down in the fairway, but it's a par 5, so we're going to have a chance here. That was me trying to hit a draw, and I heeled it so bad that I'm in the other fairway, hitting 153 over a tree. It's got a stretch. That might be the best shot of my life, and it's not a birdie. 1 inch away. Brutal result there for a good 3rd shot over a tree from the other fairway. 4th hole is a straightaway par 4. And a decent drive there. We are using RCT balls with the GARMIN R10 launch monitor, and of course this is GSPRO, the software that this particular channel is centered around for now. Had to get it up over this tree, and that's as far as I can hit that club, so just a little short of what it needed to be and a little left. But so far cruising, we are even through 4. 5th hole coming up. There's the bad miss with the driver. You get a decent club head speed, 101, and it spins it up at 5,700 and drops it 200 yards away, which is just not okay. We need the extra 30, 40, 50 yards of a driver can offer, or else I might as well just pull out a hybrid 4-iron. That was kind of a misread. That ball was much more lofted than that, and yet it checked up. It shot like straight into the hill at a 10-degree launch angle. So I don't really like when it misreads and it leads to a bogey, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it, so I'm just going to move on. Trying to hit my utility iron and just spraying it to the right. $124 yards remaining. Finding the big part of the green here until I don't. And it rolls into the fringe. 14-yard chip. Trying to stop it, and it does stop. So +1, still the score, going to the 7th hole. Let's talk about Ottumwa Country Club. I've said on the channel a bunch of times that if it has the look and feel of just like my basic city course that kind of gets shoved into a city block and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, par 5, par 4, straight fairways, 1 par 3 that, cuts the corner, and then 1 par 4 that's a dog leg, and then another par 4 that's a dog leg. And that's like a really standard layout for courses, and it gets a little boring. Like you can see down on the mini map, it's just 1, 2, 3 back and forth. Each individual hole might have some character and stuff. This one's going way out of bounds to start the 8th. We are in Brenda's yard, as Alex would say, etches. And there's that spinny one again, trying to hit it harder and end up launching it a couple degrees higher and getting like way too much spin, like 3,000 more spin than we really want. 184 tough distance for me, and it does not make it to the corner. The chip is a decent attempt at a little pitch and run, but with the out of bounds, that's going to be a double bogey. And the score jumps to +4 through 8. We're in the middle fairway of these 3 now, trying to thread the needle here. The fairways are fairly tight, but if you miss far enough, then you're just in another fairway. So missing just a little bit and being in the trees is what you need to avoid here at this course. Another good shot over a tree, bounce right, and a birdie. So a good birdie on the card to end the front 9 +3, and we are off and running on the back 9. 10th hole's a par 4, 300 yards. Just hitting a fairway finder out there. I don't mind if that swing is a little spinny, because I'm just trying to get it out in the middle of the fairway without overcooking it one way or the other. And so that is allowed to be spinny. It's when I'm trying to get one low and hit with some pace, then it spins up to 5,600 or something and completely kills the distance. That's what I need to avoid. And I feel like it's been happening a lot lately in my rounds, and I'm going to edit the ones from last week here pretty soon. But it's like that one right there. That's been a miss for a while, and I had to really train it out and do some practicing in order to get rid of that result. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing, but I knew that that was too spinny, and the other metrics all look okay. So trying to get the launch down a little helps, and then obviously catching the right part of the face seems to be like the absolute prime part of hitting a drive with low spin, is not catching it toe or heel or low or high. Rolling. Just missing there on 11. And we've gone over these trees quite a bit when we're in trouble, and made some pretty good efforts. So we're still at +3 going to 12. Definitely looked pulled, but actually some good numbers there because the face got squared up. Just need to not have the face turn more than the path. If we can get the face to be about half of the path number, then we're going to get lower spin as well. So working on all types of things with the driver at the moment. 128 uphill, probably playing almost 140. That's not going to get it done. Yeah, just kind of in disbelief with how bad I'm able to hit golf balls at sometimes. And this round, I do remember it was just toe shot after toe shot after toe shot. Good chance there to put it in, but just a par save. And a par 4 13th coming up. A nice looking hole here. That's not the balance you want. Here's our one little dog leg left around the corner of someone's yard. 114. Good visual at the corner. Looked like a really good path, but just short. Holds the circle for a par though. And moving on to 14, another par 4. This one a little bit shorter than the rest, 300 yards. We are playing the blue tees today, if you haven't noticed. I believe the blues are just a little, maybe right at 6,000, maybe a little under 6,000, maybe a little over 6,000. I'm going to say between 59 and 6,100 or something like that. We will check on the scorecard at the end, but the white tees were pretty up there, and so I went ahead and played the blues on this one. Good visual of the course right there. We got water, we got a land bridge, we got a decent fairway. We're kind of coming across all these drives and turning the face over, trying to de-loft it and get that spin number down, but just not finding any sort of congruency with the swing, wrists, hands. Everything's kind of doing its own thing at the moment. That looked good off the face, but not good enough to go another 5-10 yards, and that's going to be another par. So we've made it far enough in the round that +3 through 15 we're pretty happy with. We've had some good shots. We've had a couple rescues from fairway trouble and from greenside trouble. And so we've had a decent round here. We're just looking to finish it off, which if you're a fan of the channel and have watched over the last probably year we've been posting these daily videos, you'll know that 17 and 18 are kind of my nemesis. So setting that up, let's see what happens on 17. Right out of the gates we get a super spinny, and what would that launch at? 16.3. We're in range to get there though, if this is a good strike. And it really is. Now I want it to check up. I don't want to be in that 3-putt zone. Stop. Nice. Alright, should birdie this. 19. Keep it low, get it on the green, get it running. And a birdie on 17 is a rare occasion and cause for celebration here on the channel. If you're still with us, do me a favor, hit like or subscribe, or both. Not for this drive, which is headed into the woods, and you're about to watch a hole 18 implosion, because I think, oh, I can get there. And it gets through a lot of it, but it's not quite there. And then I think, oh, I can get there. And it gets through a lot of it, and then it hangs up in a tree. And so we are hitting from a branch. We can see that the lie is on wood. And then, sadly, from the tree, we hit the tree. And then from under the tree, we finally get it on the green, and it stops short, and we get a triple bogey on the last to go to a 77. It was 5,900 yards from the blue. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what course you'd like to see on the channel next. Peace.